Hello everyone, it's Mrs. Ferguson in the Career Center at Hayfield Secondary School. Today I'd like to show you how to use an interesting college search feature on Family Connection called Scattergrams. The first thing you need to do is log into your Blackboard account. Click on Blackboard from Hayfield's main page and log in to Blackboard. Now the next screen you will see is your dashboard. However, because I'm not a student, my dashboard looks very different than yours, so I'm not going to log in here for the example. However, once you're on your dashboard, over here on the left you should see an icon that says something like Family Connection. Click there. And that will take you to the main homepage for your personal Family Connection. You will notice up at the top that this will actually say your name right here. The first thing you'll do is click on the Colleges tab, and then you'll go to Scattergrams. Now, Family Connection is smart. It knows what your current GPA is. It will also have your SAT score and ACT score. It does usually take a little while after you take the test before those new scores are loaded into the system. However, if it is fall of 2013 and you took one of those tests in the spring, your test scores should be loaded in there by now. So what the scattergram allows you to do is look at the acceptance results reported by other Hayfield students in previous years. You can see how you stack up to your peers and what admission decisions they got from the schools that you're interested in. Let's start with George Mason University. Scroll down till you find them. And then you can either look at the 1600 scale SAT, which would be critical reading plus math. You could look at a 2400 scale SAT, which would include that 800 for writing. Or you can look at your ACT score. I'm just going to keep it with 1600 score. And when you click Display Graph, this shows you a scattergram of everyone from Hayfield from the past 2 years who has applied to George Mason University, and each of them is represented by a dot here on the scattergram. You'll notice down here the graph legend. So the green squares are people that were accepted. The red X are people that did not get into George Mason. And then the blue diamonds are people who were waitlisted or deferred. Like I said, Family Connection is smart and it knows what your GPA and your SAT scores are, and so it will plot you right in the middle of everyone else. Down here you'll notice that it says HSS Hawks. This is the fake student account that I have. It would say your first name, last name. And then it tells you what your GPA and your SAT score is. Side note, if you've taken the SAT more than once, the SAT score that it reports for you will be your highest reading and your highest math scores, even if they were at 2 different times. So if the SAT score you see there doesn't look quite right, that's probably why. And it shows you that your place on the scattergram is indicated by a red circle. So here for Mr. Hayfield Hawk, he is right there in the middle of lots of green squares, which might mean that he has a decent shot at getting admitted to George Mason. Now obviously college admissions is a little more complicated than just SAT or ACT plus GPA. However, this does give you a good starting point to find colleges that might be good admissions matches for you. You notice on this axis, this is the GPA, and on this axis, this is the SAT score. So that's how they're plotting you. When you're applying to college, you're going to be applying to several schools probably, and you want to make sure that you have colleges in these 3 categories. First of all would be your reach schools. This might be a college that you really want to attend, but you're not sure you can get in. That would be a reach school. A match school is a college that you are pretty certain that you can get into because the credentials of the students that do get in pretty much match yours. This here, George Mason University, is obviously a match school for Mr. Hayfield Hawk. And then you want to have your plan B or your backup schools. Your Plan B or backup schools are schools where your grades and SAT or ACT scores are stronger than most students who get admitted. Those are your backups in case all else fails, and you may actually find that you love your Plan B school more than you like your Reach and your Match schools. One word of caution with the Plan B schools. Please make sure that it's a college you'd actually be excited to attend. There's no reason to waste all that time filling out that application if you don't even want to go. So here George Mason is a match school for Mr. Hayfield Hawk. Mr. Hayfield Hawk is also interested in going to UVA. So let's see how he stacks up there. There it is. So UVA for Mr. Hayfield Hawk is probably going to be a Reach school for him. He's way down here. Let's try one more school. Let's try Nova. And you see that Mr. Hayfield Hawk, this is definitely a Plan B school for him. He is way above the norm. Now, Nova, as you probably know, admits anyone who graduates from high school. There is no such thing as being denied or waitlisted at Nova. So Nova is a great Plan B for everyone. I hope this helps you learn a little bit more about how to use the scattergrams. If you have any questions or need some help, come see me in the Career Center and I'd be glad to help.